to a further extent.
Yo, you be sleeping on Styles P, man.
Man, the world's sleeping on Styles, B.
Yo, you got like, where are you right now? You got like clear skies over there. Huh?
Hey, how you wearing your mask in the house? You by yourself?
Yo, once I saw you, man, I had to put my shit on, man. You be hanging with Tekashi, man. I gotta like chill, man. You know what I mean? I gotta fucking hide over here. Yo, it's funny because how many friends did you lose? Like rap friends dealing with Tekashi, man. How many rap friends did you lose, or you didn't lose any?
I don't recall losing any. If I did, they ain't tell me they lost them.
Oh, bro, yeah.
Business we in, niggas will feel some kind of way, but never say nothing. So I hope I ain't losing.
Oh, okay.
I mean, this is a business. I mean, if our personal relationship is affected by our business decisions, then that ain't no real friendship.
Because, you know, guys like Snoop Dogg, Meek Mill, and even Styles P said he
man, I love Snoop. Meek, I love Styles. You know, all these guys are my family. That's totally different.
But before we even get into Eat No Peace, how did the fans react to them by you doing the Locked Up remix with him, with Tekashi? How did the fans react to that?
The remix, and it's funny because we haven't even released it yet. All the hype just off of a snippet that was released. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the fans, I think they was a little emotional about it, which was great because that's what I wanted. You know, people to really react on it, let it be a real conversation. I feel like at the end of the day, his side really wasn't told, and it still ain't really told. But I think it's more about people understanding why I made this record in the first place. This record, Locked Up, was my personal experience, and then it just touched a lot of real niggas that happened to be locked up. But if you ever been locked up, you will know also that, dude, it's more snitches in jail than it is real niggas. Right? Oh, wow. Of the jails are right now filled with snitches, the people that's cooperating with the police. It ain't the so-called real niggas that only get locked up, bro. It's more snitches in jail than there's anybody. So they got that right to also use that record and speak on the behalf of how they feel. Period. Everybody got a story, and I don't think that we should be in a position to judge who can tell it.
What is the backstory of Locked Up? Like, you know, in the beginning, like what was it? Can you talk about how you really got locked up, or have you ever spoken about that?
Locked up, plain and simple, stealing cars. You know, I had a multiple chop shops in Atlanta. I learned how to steal cars when I was in Jersey. But mine, it was more smarter because I was utilizing, like, you could say, I wasn't out there carjacking niggas. I mean, when I got smarter, the first couple times, I ain't gonna lie, I had to create my inventory, so I had to jack a few people. But
man, New Jersey Drive, man. What, man?
I run up on people with my gun and just waving in front of, you know, innocent people. Just my heart couldn't take it. So I was like, I gotta find a better way. So ultimately, what I ended up doing, I went to the malls, the restaurants where highline cars would always be parked, and then I would strike deals with all the valet parkers, and then I would hit them off $1,000 for every key that they bring me that was an extra key. And then that's what we would call them peeling keys. So then my phone would constantly be ringing, yo, I got the key. And then they would give me the address from an envelope in the car, and I just pick it up late night. So, you know, it was perfect. So then at that point, then I had a nice little system going. I would probably retrieve maybe 25 to 30 cars a week. And now I had to move them, clean them up. So that's when I said, okay, as I'm selling these cars, I started my chop shop, had about 2 or 3 of them. And then I would clean the cars out, change the VIN numbers out. But then I had to get them registered. So that's when I went into the DMVs and found the nice little insecure one. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't even want to say it because then they're going to think I'm demeaning people, but I'm sorry. But most big girls are insecure. So, you know, you find a big girl in there, you know what I'm saying? It's going to take out to eat, you know what I'm saying? As I get into anything, I kind of learn the business or learn the law. So I realized that when you carjack people and you actually rob them for with any kind of weapon, it could be a wrench, nigga. You doing 10 years minimum, right? If you force somebody out the car with a weapon, you're doing 10 years minimum. But if you get caught with the car and the keys are in it, then it's just a joyriding charge, and that's a misdemeanor. So that was one of the things that fueled me to say, okay, cool. If I get a couple of valet parkers, as long as I got the keys, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you can make $40,000, $50,000 a car, and if you get, it's just a misdemeanor, you know?
But you went through that and you experienced it, but you made your decision to, like, yo, I'm gonna do my own time. You didn't have to snitch on people, but that's the thing. That's your decision. You know, a lot of they always like wonder why, you know, young kids these days don't go that route. But you did that on your own. Like it's always a decision at the end of the day.
It's always a decision, and then you got to also know if you're gonna get into it like that, or depending on how deep you get into it, to let it off. Because when honestly, I had two homies of mine, Marlon and Justin. They know who they are, right? They were my runners and gunners, you could say, right? So they handled any conflict or anything that came around. They will make sure it never reached me, right? That was their role. If anything would have happened, they would have took the hit without even thinking twice about it, right? But it's only two people though, and then they move around and meet everybody else, hire everybody else, control everybody else. Nobody ever got to me. Nobody ever met me. Nobody ever even really even seen my face for that matter, right? But if there was something I actually had to handle, I would handle it myself. I wouldn't even involve them, and they know that. Because I know at the end of the day, if we all get down and caught up, somebody gonna snitch. So the key is, if you're gonna do something, do it by yourself, because you're never gonna tell on yourself. I don't know no gangsters that's gonna go and bring an entourage to a caper or bring an entourage to a lick. Like, who does that?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna handle some business, handle your business and keep it moving. Nobody ain't gotta know you did it. Just know it's gonna make the business move smoother. It's gonna keep you in the line, you know, keep you out the limelight, and then you never have to worry about somebody telling on you. But what it is, a lot of these guys ain't really built to handle business on their own, or really go, like, really put 2 feet in the ground and start stomping. So most likely they need support. They need people around them to motivate them to make it happen. But the only downfall about that is when it pop off and shit start getting, you know, getting close, and boys start coming at you, you can't shut everybody's mouth. Everybody got their own agenda, and everybody gonna save themselves. And at that moment, now you got to figure it out. And to put it out there, I deeply respect the niggas that's in it like that for real. And
yeah, like the real guys. Yeah.
And I can understand why they actually felt that way. I promise you, everything I love, I understand that. But they also have to understand that the generation that they were built under and they bred under ain't the generation to today. And it's a different culture on how they respect it. So, and it's almost like trying to make somebody else believe in your religion. You can't make or change somebody else's faith or how they was brought up or to believe something. You know what I'm saying? As you brought up to believe that becomes true to you. So you can't force that on somebody else. And then the OGs just have to understand this generation ain't have the support they had or the knowledge that they had growing up. They ain't have that person that guided them through street code and understand why these rules were put in place. You follow what I'm saying? There's a reason why these rules were put in place. But it's hard to keep that rule intact. Even the mob fell apart at the end.
Yeah, exactly.
Our families in New York, they all eventually fell apart at the end. These are the people that you never thought would turn on each other that end up turning on each other. It's just human nature. People gonna always pick their family first. I don't care how close you think you are with your homie in these streets, bro. When your family is the ones that's in jeopardy, you're gonna put that family first if you're a real man. So you got to go into it knowing that this is the consequence, and I'm really take it on full speed and do whatever time that comes with it. If not, don't just step out the street. Just don't even get in it.
But a lot of people don't understand. OGs don't mess with the new generation anyway. So
Like, that's what Tekashi tells on. They're not doing business, man. They're not with him in any kind of way. So it doesn't even matter. So that's why it baffles me that so many people was emotional about it. And I'm like, homie, you're not even in the street. Like, why do you care? Y'all niggas ain't popping off together, so why do you care who he tells on? The only person that should be mad at Tekashi right now is the motherfuckers that felt that he violated or that he felt the toll on them. But everybody else, I don't know why they care, because they're not in the streets. And believe me, I guarantee you, if they claiming to be certified, if they mention their name anywhere in the streets ain't gonna respond.
Yeah,
they don't honor your name. You ain't no street nigga.
I know. Where was this EP brought up because of what's going on today? Like,
yeah, because I noticed that too. Because a lot of people was like, "Yo, Con, man, with all this going on, man, you ain't been on media. You're not talking on our behalf and everything." And I said, "Bro, all we doing is just talking."
Oh wow.
Keep talking and keep talking and keep talking. And me, I like to respond on how people know me best, and that's through music. So this is just phase one. The music will come out. My message will be said through that music. The next action for me is straight action. I don't know no other way. Like, we can't just keep talking, keep marching, and keep just. I mean, what are we doing? we have to mobilize each other and really make policies that's going to make a difference, or we got to react in a way that's the only way they see us coming. They have to see us coming. Otherwise, we're going to go through this for another 10, 20 more, 50, even more years, and ain't nothing going to be done about it.
Because you're the type of guy that, you know there's issues, but you find other people with resources and you act upon it. Like you get investors to invest in Africa, and then they build. Like you want to see like shit getting done instead of you going there and you're doing like a fucking speech or any kind of like get together where you're talking about the problems, but there's nothing getting done. You want to make sure that the shit is physically, like, we see that it's getting built.
Right. You have to physically see change happening, because what happens is, man, listen, as Black people, we are the king of raising awareness, bro. We can raise awareness on anything. If you say, man, listen, that needle right there is solid gold and it's standing in front of the Hilton, we can let the whole world know that that needle is right there, and we have people flying all the way to Atlanta just to come see that gold needle right in front of the Hilton. We know how to raise awareness and make something look right. But when we're being reacted, when we're being attacked, when we're being like disrespected, yeah, we done raised awareness already. The whole world knows that Black people are not being treated fair in America. Brown people are not being fair in America. You know, Hispanics are not being treated fair in America. We raise the awareness. Okay, now what?
No, yeah, because I was going to ask you, what would be the conclusion of all this? Because systemic racism has been going on for hundreds of years. Will it take hundreds of years to get reparations and shit like that?
Just talk about it. That's it. We talk about it, then we march about it. Then we talk about it again, then we march about it again. Then we talk about it again, then we march about it again. Now, we're not the only ones marching. Other people are marching with us. Not just Black people. Now, even white people are marching. But it's still more marching. Except that we all have to come to a common ground that something has to be done about it. And we have to have the courage to do it. Otherwise, we can be on the sidelines cheering everybody that does have the courage to do it on, but there's not enough people out there with courage in the game. So we got a whole bunch of cheerleaders just saying what needs to be done, what ain't right, but who is actually making a difference as far as policy, action, and honestly, we got to get in their faces.
And money is the number one thing. You've raised money, and the money went to build something. There's money being raised. There's money being raised right now, but I'm lost right now. Has anything been created from all that money that's been like?
Thank you. Where's all that money going, bro? Money's being raised. I promise you, money's being raised, and it's all for equality, African American equality, Black Lives Matter. Everybody raising money. Where's that going? And how is we coming together because of it? Like, and if there is something happening and there is a plan, please share it with us, because we need to know.
I mean, I know the media is being controlled, but I want to see that in the media. Like, all right, this is all this stuff that's been going on. This is the result. I haven't seen like a final result. I've seen like, laws have been changed. Like you said, there's an awareness, and police brutality is finally, in front of our eyes. Like, we've been seeing it, but it's in front of everybody's eyes now. But I want to see, like, all right, now that we got all this, like, the money that was raised, what's it gonna buy? What's it gonna build? What's it gonna like lead to? That's all I want. That's the basic shit. I'm not into politics or nothing. I just want like the basic shit from all the shit going on. That's it. I'm not running for president. I'm not Kanye West. You know what I'm saying? I'm just very, very simple, man. 1 + 1 = 2. Because when I see you, even if I don't know what you're doing, I know you went to Africa, you found some crazy Chinese motherfuckers, they gave you billions of dollars, and you're building, like, you're providing, like, like lighting where there haven't been lighting in, like, years, and fucking, these rural villages and shit like that. Like, you've changed lives by this action getting done. That's all I want. 1 + 1 = 2. That's it. It's very simple.
There's only really 2 solutions. 2. That I can see that actually works and that makes an impact right now, today, immediately. One is if African Americans and Hispanics and others really want to be in America and they feel like they don't want to leave for whatever reason, they want to stay here. That money needs to be invested back into the community. African American communities, Hispanic communities, Jewish communities, they're all non-white. and they're all put in the same box. I don't care how you look at it. Build that community up. Right now, dude, I took a drive through an area. Well, I mean, I live out in Alpharetta, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All of the city lamps are working. When you look at there's sidewalks next to every major road. The landscaping is all manicured. The grass is beautiful, manicured, nice, lovely. And every 6 months, there's more developments coming, new street lights, new everything. It's happening every 6 months. I'm seeing development, right? Then I go in the hood because I got to go through the hood to get to the airport.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, if you follow that MARTA station, you can clearly see the difference from when you drive through the suburbs up into the hood. Bro, there's nothing changing in the hood. It's the same potholes in the street.
Yeah.
Church on that corner ain't been none of that. And I don't know how much money they receive every Sunday. They still ain't remodeled that church, right? Then,
wow.
Man, listen, then you go in a little bit deeper. You're gonna see bottles on the side of the corner right by the sewage. You're gonna see liquor stores in every corner, niggas hanging out, doing what they doing, while the mess is still out there. Nobody cleaning it up, for that matter. The city ain't investing not a dime in those areas, and if they did, they doing it from the regentrification side of it, which don't benefit black people at all because they're actually getting pushed out so more white people can move in because it's closest to the city. And you know me, I've never been a racist type of person or looked at color or gender in any kind of way. But there is a clear line in America that shows that if you're non-white, you don't get the privileges. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I always felt that black people were more, actually, we benefited more when we were segregated.
Mm.
Honestly,
wow.
You had wealthy black people, you had wealthy black owners, you had wealthy businesses, black businesses and own businesses. You had policies that was built around a neighborhood that you actually benefit from. But the moment we decided we wanted to merge everything together, then
they stopped it.
Everything stopped.
Yeah.
So the thing is, if the world wants to come as one people, we all want to come together as one blood, one human being, one human race, then we can't be the only one saying that equality is necessary, that we have to do it. White folks have to also come and say, that's not right. No, that has to be changed. Not just the white people that's watching from a distance that can't really make a decision, but the people in legislation, the people that's actually in government. They're the ones that make the decision, but they're going to always keep it to where it benefits them and whatever, right? So we have to invest in our community, period. We have to build more businesses that we can benefit from and empower each other. And that money has to go back into the community, period, if you decide to stay here. Or option number 2, which America doesn't ever want to see. Every black person, every brown person, take all their money, all their resources, all their investment, and take their ass back to Africa and put it there.
They don't want that, yo.
Bro,
they don't want that shit.
America will sink overnight.
That's the truth, though, man. That's crazy.
You want to show them the value of black and brown people? Just take all your money, all your investment, all your resources, and leave America and go back to Africa. I guarantee you they'll be begging you to come back. Every right that you're fighting for here, you won't have to fight for over there because you will already have it. Every equality and all that stuff that you're fighting for here, you won't have to fight over there. The way you're being treated and brutalized over here, you will never get treated and brutalized over there. It's your home. You're home now. And what? You are no longer the minority. You become the majority.
Remember years ago, Nas used to be like, yo, I'm going to Africa, and everybody used to be like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like,
Right.
or laughing at. You remember every movie or any kind of song, I'm going back to Africa. But it's like, what you're saying right now makes a lot of sense. Maybe Nas knew something we never knew back in the days because we were stuck in a box.
Because Nas is a leader, and only leaders can think like that. Leaders understand that. Matter of fact, put it this way, leaders understand their values. They understand what their value is. So he knows that if he leaves America, there'll be a little piece of chip that goes away that they can't leverage again or use anymore. Right? So now imagine every powerful black man decided to just go. those chips will continue chipping away, and then that solid ground will slowly start to shiver. So now all the stuff that we would naturally be used to leverage no longer will exist. It's like, now let's just say sports and entertainment. No, matter of fact, let's just say sports. Let's just say if every African-American or Hispanic sports athlete decided, you know what, I'm going to leave and go to Africa, and we're going to start our own division over there.
Oh, man.
Dude, sports here won't exist anymore. And if you was going to be boring, motherfucker.
No dunking, no nothing.
No, you going to go on that satellite and search for whatever channel that them motherfuckers is playing on in Africa, and you're going to watch that channel.
Yeah. If LeBron, everybody, can you imagine LeBron, and all these guys is bound?
Not that, but they will be out there as team owners, and if they are players, because the whole world now will lead to that division to watch. You think that $100, $250 million contract will mean anything? These guys are getting $1 billion contracts. Because that'll be the only place that you're gonna want to watch.
That's the truth, though. That's crazy.
You want to advertise. You're not losing nothing by doing that. You're gaining everything. Dude, if I ever ran for president, the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab every black person and ship their ass back to Africa.
You wouldn't do that Kanye West shit, man.
I'll probably get the most votes in America because they would be like, yes, please get these niggas out of here.
Yeah.
White folks would vote for me because they want me to get rid of these niggas.
What do you think about Kanye West running? Like, is it confusing for you? Like, you have your
brilliant. I think it's a brilliant move for Ye. You know, he is. I think he needs to run. I think he needs. I honestly believe because let me explain what's gonna happen. What he's gonna do, he's gonna create confidence in everybody else that feel they can do it. Don't let them get close to almost winning. And
oh my God.
Win. Because believe me, I tell you, nobody thought Trump was gonna win.